Hi, I'm Jane from Core Fusion and welcome to a 15-minute quick flexibility program using the magic circle. So we're working on back rotation today and leg flexibility. Let's get started on the mat. Let's get started with some spine mobility and a bit of leg stretching. So sit yourself onto your mat, make sure your feet are hip distance apart, holding onto that circle. I want you to lift your spine nice and tall. If you're very tight in your hamstrings or you have tension in your lower back, you have an option to either sit on a cushion to raise your hips or keep those knees slightly bent, which will take some pressure out of the hips and out of your lower back. So find a position you feel more comfortable with. Which position it is, hold that position and reach those arms out in front of you. I want you to try and keep an eye that you're not hunching through the back, but we're sitting nice and tall. You can take a nice deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, engaging through that pelvic floor, just drop that chin in and reaching forwards with the top of your head towards that circle. You can get a little bit of pressure through your hands through the circle, but it doesn't need to be too much, just to help you engage a little bit deeper through your core. Inhale, hold. And then exhale as you re-stack your spine one vertebra at a time, holding it there, breathing in. And exhale, chin to chest, forward you go. Spine stretch forwards. Try and get a flex in your feet, especially those little toes coming towards you. Tummy is engaged. Inhale and hold. And exhale as you restack your spine one vertebra at a time. Again, you need to bend your knees, just keep the shoulders into your sockets. Inhale, hold. Let's go for 3 more. As you exhale, chin to chest. Breathing out as we go forward, scooping through the tummy. Pelvic floor's engaging. Don't just flop. Keep those arms long, shoulders in the sockets. Inhale, hold. And then exhale as you restack that spine. And again, 2 more. Breathing out, chin to chest. Reaching forward. Are you hunching or your shoulders in the sockets? Is you engaging into your pelvic floor still? Lengthening through those heels, little toes coming towards you. Breathing out as you restack. Lengthening as tall as you can. Let's go for 1 more as you breathe out. Option here to take a break after you've finished or hold it here for a little bit longer. Make sure you've got that position as you continue to breathe in and breathe out your own pace. Gentle flex through the feet, especially those little toes. Can you lift those hands a little bit higher? Let that head drop a little bit lower without hunching those shoulders. Let's take a nice deep breath in. And exhale as you restack your spine one vertebra at a time. And take a breather for a sec. From here, open those legs a little bit wider. Doesn't need to be crazy wide, just so you are slightly wider than probably the mat you're sitting on. Lift up nice and tall. And from here, try and make sure again, if you feel that you're hunching, little cushion underneath those hips or soften those knees to help you. So we're going to just breathe out and slowly twist towards your left hand leg. As you breathe out, chin to chest, reaching forwards towards that left foot, but trying to keep that opposite right hip down onto the floor. Holding it there, take a nice deep breath in. And then re-stack your spine as we exhale. Back to center. Let's slowly rotate. Nice deep breath in. Let's exhale as we reach forwards. Hold it there, breathing in. Keep the opposite hip down. And again, exhale, re-stack your spine. Good. From there, rotating to the side. Inhale. And exhale. So how far can you go with the top of the head towards your feet, keeping the opposite hip bone down? Shoulders nice and soft, tummy nice and pulled in, breathing in. Might feel a stretch in those hamstrings. Breathing out as you lift up. Might feel it through sides of your back if you're tighter. Inhale, let's twist to that other side. Take a nice deep breath in to prepare, lifting up tall. Breathing out as we go forwards. Again, don't hunch the shoulders, keep those shoulders down. Flex that foot slightly. Inhale, hold, tummy's engaged. Breathing out as we lift up. Again, shoulders in your sockets, back to center. Can we do 1 more on each side? Breathing out as we rotate and reach forwards. Inhale, let's hold. Shoulders in the sockets, opposite hips down. Next time you breathe out, come back to that strong seated position. Back to center. Last one to that right leg. Breathing out as we go forwards. Big stretch here. Inhale, hold. And exhale as we restack up. Come back to center. Relax those arms. Bend those knees. Let's lie ourselves onto our back. And from here, roll yourself down. We're going to start with your right leg and your right hamstring. So option of a cushion. So lying on your back, we're going to start with your right leg. And we're going to bring your heel or the arch of your foot, but not your toes, on the circle. So arches towards your heel. And from here, holding on to the end of the circle with your hands. You have the option to stay in this position if you're very tight. Alternatively, if you have the flexibility for it and you feel comfortable, extend your opposite leg, that left leg long. And our aim here is to get a bit of a stretch into the back of the hamstrings. So can you lengthen that back of that leg while not hunching the shoulders? The shoulders are set, long back of the neck, tummy's gently engaged. And you're just going to try and pull that leg a little bit closer towards your chest. Doesn't matter how far it comes towards you, you're working at your own range of movement. And you're going to hold it there as you continue to breathe. So we're looking for about 30 seconds. You can hold it for longer if you feel comfortable. Just make sure as you do that neck is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed, and you're breathing at your own pace. So you're going to stay here with the opposite hand on the circle. So you've got right leg in the air, left hand on the circle, opposite hand, your right hand is on the floor for a little bit of balance. And bring that leg across your body, across your chest, but keeping that hip down. So you might feel a bit of a stretch into the hip if it's tighter. Let your foot relax. Might feel it all the way down that side line of your body. Tummy's gently pulled in. Just breathing in and breathing out your own pace. Tummy just gently engaged. And again, holding it here for 30 seconds. Careful you don't go too far so you don't topple over. So make sure that hip doesn't lift. Keep it down so you can feel that stretch. You're putting in that leg as close as you can towards you to get the maximum out of that stretch. Tummy gently engaged. You can flex the other foot if you want, that sometimes keep you a bit more grounded. And then use that tummy, let's come back to center. Let's change hands. So keep the same leg in. The right leg is in. Now we've got the right hand on. We're going to bring the opposite left arm wide. So that now going to bring that leg out to the side. A bit of a stretch into your inner thighs. You can actually move that circle if you wish now towards your toes a bit more to give you a bit of a deeper stretch, and then open that leg nice and wide. If you feel that you are toppling over, the opposite leg you can bend and just allow it to open to the side a little bit, just to counterbalance a little bit, but do what works better for you. If you have got that flexibility, you might come all the way down and that elbow will be resting on the floor. So see what works better for you. Just hold whatever that position is. Just make sure that your shoulders stay relaxed and you're breathing in and breathing out your own pace. Get a flex in that foot if you can. Turn those toes down towards the floor and get a really deep stretch through those inner thighs. Again, breathing in and breathing out your own pace. Tummy gently pulled in, holding that stretch for another 5. Coming out of that stretch, just bend that knee slightly. Gently bring yourself back up. You can hug those knees towards your chest if you wish before we go on to the other side. So let's bring that left foot, either your arch or your heel, on the end of that circle. Other foot onto the floor and reaching that leg up towards the ceiling. Careful you don't flex that foot, so don't bring those toes towards you, because then you'll feel it more in this calf area rather than where we're looking through the hamstring. So extend that other leg along the floor. Shoulders are relaxed, tummy's nice and pulled in, and feeling that stretch through the back of the hamstrings. If you can bring that leg closer towards you. Work at your own level. Just make sure shoulders are relaxed and that you're not in so much pain that you can't breathe. So make sure it's comfortable stretch. You can manage, you can hold it. You're breathing in and breathing out your own pace. And just soften and relax into that stretch. Good, holding it here for about 30 seconds. Keeping that left leg in the air and that opposite hand, that right hand onto the circle. The remaining left hand is going to come wide to the side for a bit of counterbalance and bring that leg across your body. So keep your hips down. I want you to feel a stretch in the side of this leg. So we've got the right leg is down and long. Bit of a flex in that foot if you want to, just to counterbalance a little. And see, let that foot go a little bit floppier. And see then if you feel that stretch going all the way down the side of your leg. Keep the back of that knee nice and straight. Just breathing in and breathing out your own pace. Tummy gently pulled in for a little bit of support. Just hold it here for another 5. And then gently come back up, keeping that left leg in the air. We're going to change hands. So the left hand's going to come onto the circle. You can move the circle onto the ball of your foot now. If you need to do it with the bent leg, that's fine. And just progress it eventually as you get more flexible. That leg will be straight. Other hand is on the floor for counterbalancing. And open that leg nice and wide to the side. Same as the other side, if you needed to, you can bend the knee of that right leg and let that knee go wide just to balance you a little bit more, because you don't want to be toppling over. Depending on that flexibility, you might find that leg goes very low and you can rest your elbow onto the floor, but work at your own level. Just make sure whatever you're working at, your ribs stay down and you're feeling a stretch. So let's flex the feet and just rotate the toes towards the floor and feel that stretch predominantly in your inner thigh. If you feel a little bit too much in your calves, move that circle from your toes back to the arch of your foot. Okay, and it will take it away from those calves and concentrate on the inner thighs, which is what we're looking for with this stretch. Just holding it there for the next 5. And breathing in and breathing out at their own pace. Back of the knees nice and straight. Use that tummy. Let's slowly come back. Relax that leg. Hug those knees towards your chest. And then from here, let's spin yourself around onto your side, back to a kneeling position. And then from here, we're going to do what we call a hip flexor stretch. It's going to help with the front of your legs. So, in this position, just see my crazy hair. So, in this position, you have an option. You can either have a relaxed toe, which will make it a little bit easier, or you can tuck that toe under, which will give you a little bit of a deeper stretch. So we're looking at about a 90-degree angle with the legs. Try and feel from here, you're trying to tuck your tailbone under, and it'll enable you to get a deeper stretch into this quad at the front. So tummy's engaged, we're tucking that tailbone under, nice and tall, but not leaning back. So that movement comes from our pelvis, and see if you can feel a nice deep stretch in the front of this left leg. So left knee's down, right foot's in front. You're going to hold this circle in the opposite hand. You're going to hold the circle in the opposite hand of the leg that's stretching. So left leg is stretching, circle's in your right hand. You're going to put that on the floor, and you're going to use that for a little bit of balance as you bring left arm up and reach across towards that circle to give you a slightly deeper stretch. The tummy's engaged, breathing in and breathing out your own pace. If it feels too wobbly, you can hold on to a more solid surface, a wall, a chair. Just make sure from here you don't stick the bum out, keep that tailbone tucked under. Tummy nice and strong, getting that deep stretch through the front of that quad. Okay, let's slowly release. Let's change sides. Let's bring that right knee down and left foot forwards. Again, options. Floppy foot, foot tucked under. If you do have uncomfortable knees, you can actually push a cushion underneath your knee, which will give you a little bit more support as well. We're going to change that circle over to our left hand. So it's the opposite hand of the knee that's down. Just start off with thinking of that pelvic tilt first. So tummy's engaged, pelvic tilt, feeling that stretch of that quad, that right quad of that knee that's down. That might be enough, but if you want a deeper stretch, let's lift that right arm up and just bend over towards that circle, gently pressing down on the circle for balance. Don't need it more for anything, but just for balance. Okay, you releasing that stretch? Can you feel it? Have you come out of the stretch, or do you need to tuck that tailbone again a little bit more? Tummy's engaged, reaching over, breathing in and breathing out your own pace. Stay, hold, and enjoy the stretch. Just go through that checklist. Is my tummy engaged? My shoulders soft? Can I feel that stretch in the quad? Slowly release. And from there, we'll leave you there for today.